Welcome to this review of the simple Fanatec rim conversion kit made by Simon Maltby of simracingmachines.com. So this is my setup, and I've had a V2 base for a number of years. Want to actually own an OSW, but I want to keep the rims that I've bought over the years and convert them so I can use my OSW. Not really interested in fan LEDs or anything like that, because I race exclusively in VR with a CV1, and those triple monitors you see in my setup have now gone. So I invested some money first off actually in a new set of pedals. They're not new, but they're old, but they're very, very good. These are the Emery Elmond, and they're brilliant. So over to the conversion then. This is my F1 rim. It's just a normal black one because I wasn't paying extra for a bit of carbon. And this is the kit that Simon sent me. Delivery really quick, had it almost like the next day after he sent it, and a very reasonable price as well. There'll be a link in the description for where you can get it on his website. So there's a spacer which is sold separately, but he included it in here, and I had to pay a little bit extra, and that's the spacer which enables you to have the right alignment for the holes, because one I think is 52mm, one is 50. That's the lead that goes into the PCB, and that lead goes into the centre of the bit of carbon thing I think he's made, and sits in there as a teensy board that you have to flash. But Simon has done it all for you, so you can do all this yourself. You can do all the soldering yourself, and yeah, no thanks. So nice touch here is the USB lead, which is really good. It's got a screw-in jobby. The other end of it, of course, will plug into the USB hub, and will just stay there, and then I'll just, as I change wheels, I'll just screw it into that interface there. Moving on to the quick release mechanism, I've opted for the Q1R, which is a really nice piece of kit. It's very well made. It's made in Germany, I believe. The guy that designed it, I think, could have been a sim racer, but it's a really, really, really well made bit of equipment, and once those are attached, wow. So there's the kit there and the F1 rim. So let's get on with the conversion. You need to take 4 of the Allen key screws, bolts, whatever they are, out. Those 4 I'm just showing you there. And here the bolts have come out. Now, a word of warning, behind those bolts there's actually a metal spacer, and yeah, sure enough, I actually lost 2 of them as I was doing it. They dropped onto the floor and took me almost half an hour to find. So word of warning to all of you that attempt this. The back of the wheel is clicked in there. You just have to sort of like wriggle it about a little bit. Take your time. It doesn't need a lot of pressure at all. I'm doing it one-handed, you see, as I'm trying to hold the camera. And there you go. And there's 6 Allen key heads. You see, that is what holds the Fanatec quick release mechanism on. And there's the PCB board with the existing lead plugged in with a load of globbly glue all over it to keep it there. You have to be very careful removing that. So the bolts are now taken out. There they are, 6 bolts. One is slightly longer. That's the one that you need to reconnect the ground to. There's the ground to the base of the plate when you connect it back up. And so I'm just preparing to put it all together. So the quick release plate will go onto there, and there you see the lead is now removed. There are the 3 bolts that Simon sends with the kit. You have to take those off and then use them to attach the quick release wheel side on, which I've done there. 2 bolts are in. There's just 1 more to go. Looks quite good. Very, very, very simple. And you see the wire going into the back, and that's where he's installed the Tinsy card that Simon's already flashed for you, so you don't need to even flash it. It is really just plug and play, and we'll be coming on to that shortly. So now we've just got to line up the holes now. So these are the offset holes that Simon has drilled that are the correct size. You can allegedly put this in by having smaller bolts and stuff, but I wanted it to fit properly. So now the clip is into the PCB. That looks good. Very, very simple. Again, take your time. And I've also attached the ground wire as well, so it's pretty much ready to put back together. So here it is, nicely finished. And if you turn it around, here we go. It looks really nice. Almost looks stock, really, if you look at it. And this time, it's not taking me hardly any time at all. I had to stop because I was recording this video you're watching now, but it was very, very simple. Oh, and of course, finding that bloody spacer, which I dropped. In fact, I dropped 2 of them. Also reminded me I need to hoover the carpet. So it's plugged in, and it really is plug and play. Plugged it in. There you are. Booted up D-View. Had a look. As you can see, all the buttons are working. So it really is plug and play. It really is that simple. And it's a great bit of kit. So let's do some pros and cons. Let's start with some pros then. So it's really easy to install. I mean, I'm hoping the video has shown you just really how easy it is. It's a few bolts, unclip a wire, rebolt up, clip the wire back in, rebolt up, and it's pretty much done. The build quality of the kit is really good. You can see he spent some time doing the design and working out how to fit it all together, but also doing all the soldering for you as well, and having the tins already flashed, and you don't have to do anything else. It's really, really good, and the build quality is great. I really like the USB, the way that's done as well, the USB lead with the little screw din. The customer service is fantastic. So I had a few problems and just phoned Simon. Not a problem at all. Very, very helpful. Some of the cons, I mean, people may think it's expensive. I personally, I do not. But people may think, oh, that's £70 or whatever it is that he charges for it. That actually, I'll save a few quid and do the soldering myself. Well, fill your boots. It's untried with an OSW, because I don't have one yet. I'll have one on Friday, and I just can't wait to test it. And just finally, the wired versus plug-in at the bottom. Again, time will tell of how that's used, but I think I would rather have it wired than have it plugged. I can just imagine it popping out as I was woofing through Eau Rouge and coming to a bad end. So overall, really good kit. If you're thinking about it, certainly one to consider. Thanks.